I'll fight them both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's stronger and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Yeah. Compared to when I fought against Crawford. Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean. Yeah. So really, that's the difference. And they both hit hard.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. It's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you'll whoop his ass.
Like, yes, man, touch.
You know what I mean? I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Magazine.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones. It's about now.
The potential showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez has fueled heated debates among boxing fans. Even though Canelo has dominated several weight classes, Crawford's awkward style, sharp movement, and ability to adjust to any opponent make him a serious threat. He's already dismantled top-tier fighters, showing he's not to be taken lightly.
In your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can't put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Terence Bud Crawford is widely seen as one of the top pound-for-pound fighters alive. His skill set, adaptability, and strategic mind make him hard to beat. With an outstanding professional record of 41-0, Crawford has ruled the welterweight division and gained the respect of fans and boxing insiders alike.
5 fighters right now in boxing. That's your top 5 right now in boxing. Not your, the top 5 in boxing right now. Right now.
Champions or just anybody?
Top 5 right now.
Shakur number 1, hands down. Tank, he up there. Canelo, in a way. Tyson Fury.
Canelo Alvarez, by contrast, is a dominant force in the super middleweight ranks, with a record of 60 wins to losses and 2 draws. He's proven he can handle the toughest fighters across divisions. Canelo's mix of strength, speed, and ring knowledge makes him a nightmare for any challenger.
Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. Power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys.
When he Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight, when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Canelo has beaten many elite fighters over the years, and his ability to fight across multiple weight classes shows his deep ring IQ and experience. His punching power, especially at super middleweight, makes him especially dangerous. He can both take and deliver heavy shots without slowing down.
You fought Floyd Mayweather at what? Were you 23?
23.
That's so young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him, because if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience. He's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you think?
I think it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no loss.
Beyond his strength, Canelo's defensive skills and sharp timing set him apart. His ability to dodge, counter, and read opponents makes him extremely well-rounded. His win over Edgar Berlanga in the super middleweight division added to his legacy and proved he's still at the top of his game.
I'll say he is the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, and look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. I dropped. We be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin. And I wound up just moving and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove. You know, that's like a thing for me when my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing. You know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt. But it's about how you come back and respond.
Of the world, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga.
Edgar Berlanga recently spoke about a possible Crawford versus Canelo fight, saying anything is possible in boxing. He praised Crawford's skill and intelligence in the ring, but pointed out that Canelo's physical size might give him the edge. The weight difference, Berlanga noted, could be a major factor.
Friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, you know, that, you know, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, you know, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, Crawford is a legend.
Former world champion Demetrius Andrade also weighed in, noting that while Crawford is extremely skilled, Canelo's size and history at higher weights give him the upper hand. Andrade believes Crawford might find it hard to handle Canelo's mix of strength and speed over 12 rounds.
So there's talk too of like Canelo and Crawford. Like you're mentioning that you feel like David's just too big, too young. Just too much overall. Like, is that kind of the same thing with the Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes, the weight between them?
Yeah, I believe so. Listen, I love Crawford. He's a good friend. You know, we reach out to each other. We've been, travel the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both, whatever, everybody.
Top contender David Benavidez had a similar viewpoint. He praised Crawford's technique, but doubted whether his power would carry into higher weight classes. Benavidez feels that facing Canelo would be a massive challenge because of the jump Crawford would need to make physically and strategically.
I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat to him.
Benavidez believes that for Crawford to take on Canelo, he would need to climb at least a weight class as a tall order, while Crawford is highly skilled. Benavidez argues that jumping divisions isn't easy and could backfire. Canelo's experience and size still give him the edge in such a bout.
Why to fight Canelo Alvarez?
Say they.
But
I'm the face of boxing.
Crawford wanted a payday, but Crawford didn't do good at 54. When I talk to people, they all tell me you would have knocked him out at 68.
Well, he knows now. He experimented the 154 and he knows. Maybe he do in 168 for a big check.
The move to super middleweight could be the toughest step of Crawford's career, while he dropped to 154 pounds to defeat Israel Madrimov by decision. Climbing higher into the super middleweight ranks would mean facing even stronger and more physically imposing fighters on a regular basis.
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, it's a weight class for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga and you never know what happened.
Crawford has made it clear that he wants to fight. When asked whether facing someone like Canelo adds to his legacy, he said every bout does. While he respects Canelo, he pointed out that weight classes exist for a reason. Still, his skill set could make the difference if they ever meet.
Terrence's walk.
Oh, incredible.
It was fire.
Right, yeah, especially being to the fight. No one knew who really was going to win. And you can see the confidence. And I don't think real confidence you can fake.
Canelo's strength and ring experience in heavier weight divisions can't be overlooked. His ability to absorb damage and respond with brutal counters makes him dangerous. Add to that his fast footwork and ring movement, and he becomes an even more complete fighter.
Look up the definition of boxing. Please, look up the definition of boxing. The martial arts of boxing, and then come back with your opinion. Because boxing is not all about knocking somebody out. Yes, that's part of it. That can happen, but boxing is a sport where you can outpoint somebody too. That's why they go to the scorecard.
I appreciate that take, bro. That's real educated, man, real thoughtful. But you ain't had a decision win in a long time, bro. You known for like being a great finisher. So I appreciate that. But that ain't how you move.
Crawford recently moved up to 154 pounds and captured the WBO interim super welterweight title. But he seemed to lack the same punch power that made him feared at 147. This raises concerns about whether his skills will hold up as he moves further up the weight ladder.
This for all the nut huggers, the bud nut huggers, the bud butt buddies. You see that? You see that? We see that. You understand me? You see what that say? Jamel Charlo what is the WBA junior middleweight champion in recess. Jamel Charlo is the WBC junior middleweight champion in recess. Nah, I mean, Virgil Ortiz Jr. is the WBC intern junior middleweight champion. Nah, I mean, so make it make sense. People got to make it make sense. Charlo's still a big dog there. Yeah, that's my camera behind me. Charlo's still a big dog there. So a lot of people need to get their facts straight. You understand? Opinions don't matter. It's all facts. No opinions. Sport podcast. And I'm always going to bring you the real, never the fake. And I'm never late on the news. You hear me? Get at me, man. Dollar.
What's up, everybody? I want to give a big shout out to Snack for always supporting and helping me out with this previous fight. Snack strong, baby.
Stepping up to super middleweight would present new challenges for Crawford. Opponents hit harder and can take more punishment. Although he's highly technical, questions remain about whether his power and endurance will translate well. If he wants to face Canelo, the time to move is now.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason is money. He did say it'll be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him test himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get.
Even with Crawford's elite skills, facing Canelo would be no easy task. Analysts and former champions say Canelo's size, experience, and strength at higher weights give him the upper hand. Still, Crawford's unique style and sharp ring IQ could create a chess match that fans won't forget.